The ultimate account setup. Imagine having all the accounts you need to achieve your freedom set up in a simple system that you can track in less than 15 minutes every month. How about the comfort of knowing every day that your money is going exactly where it should be going? The ultimate account setup is actually that simple. It's a system to control your transactions in your cash flow with ease. Remember, money is easy. So let's get into the hierarchy of your ultimate account setup. Before you even see your salary, a piece of it flows to your pension or provident fund. This is a huge advantage to your freedom fund because most employer funds give you free money to participate by matching your contribution. So the rest of your salary flows into your check account. This is your base account to do all things. Now, in building your ultimate setup, you need to first recognize which division of the money game you are in. If you're in debt, you probably have a few different accounts. Your goal at this point is to get rid of them. Once you do that, you'll move into a higher division and simplify your account setup. The next division is to secure your emergency fund. Remember, this is the first step in successful money management. Create your emergency fund. The account you can open for this is a money market account or call account, somewhere safe and accessible. In this division, you also have a credit card. Now, a credit card is a useful tool if you know how to use it. And what I mean by that is ensuring that you never are charged interest on it. How do you do that? You use your credit card for your monthly budgeted spending. Then set a date to pay it off completely every month. The major advantage of the credit card is seen when you apply the pay your bond off in 8 years method. We covered this in Module 4 as a method to find more money. If you're practicing this method, you will have an access facility on your bond, which you hold money in, and the balance then transfers between your checking account and access facility and your credit card. So, the next level in your setup is where your money flows to your freedom fund, your financial security fund, and your independence fund. Long-term investment accounts. So let's look at an example of the accounts you'll use for long-term investments. Retirement annuity. Your aim is to max that out between all of your retirement accounts. You want to focus on building up your investment contributions to its limits for the tax rebates. You want all of that tax back guaranteed so you can make that money flow towards your other goals. Another account is a tax-free account that holds a proper asset allocation. What you need to do is max that out. Over time, the limits will increase annually. The other accounts that you can use are ETFs and unit trusts. Remember that this is the portion of your security fund that you will adopt a strategy to preserve capital when your fund is big enough, so it gives you a steady or guaranteed income, which, if you're in no rush to pause your working life, will use the forever income to buy more assets and grow into your ultimate asset. So what could you buy with this extra income? Well, it's your choice. You may feel like dabbling in risky alternative assets. If they pay off, you cash that in and use those profits to funnel back into your security fund. Perhaps you buy properties to build your rental income portfolio. Maybe you consider trading commodities because you're excited about that life. Maybe you trade sneakers, collect watches, and watch these assets appreciate while you're having fun with them. Or you can continue to feed it back into your safe and steady freedom fund. It's your call at this stage. That passive inflow of cash will just fall back in line with your setup and find itself back into your checking account. In fact, in this scenario, when you're financially free and have a guaranteed income for life, chances are you don't even need to access this retirement money for an income, and it becomes a powerful estate planning strategy to transfer wealth to your heirs duty-free. You see, if you have money in retirement accounts and you pass away, your money from those accounts go directly to a beneficiary without needing to go into your estate. So that means no one will charge you a fee to execute on that money, nor will there be an estate duty on that money. You just save all that money in transferring your wealth to your heirs. You know, you might have heard that RAs or some type of account are bad from an accountant or uncle or friend, or that property is the only way. This is another trap in life. Forget them. Your freedom is to use all your available resources to make decisions that serve you efficiently. Those people weren't conditioned to think big, to think financial freedom. With that mindset, everything is probably around neediness of money, comparing wealth as a status, all the rubbish narratives in the world today, and it doesn't matter. Remember, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has them. Let's get back to your setup. Your money also needs to flow towards furthering your savings for planned expenses, which you anticipate will come. Remember your financial life stages? The expected big-ticket items to spend on, such as your wedding, your holiday, or your school fees for your children, and so on. These expenses, if anticipated early enough, can be funded concurrently with smaller amounts of money, depending on what your budget will allow. The accounts you can use to invest in should be easily accessible, such as money market accounts or unit trusts invested in conservative funds. You can easily open these accounts without a broker attached to them, so you can keep the fees as low as possible. On that note, when it comes to the account you consider using for your child's education, whatever you do, be wary of supposed education funds. These are sold specifically for education savings or investment, and they are marketed for the tax benefit. Basically, the benefit that you won't be taxed on withdrawal, because education is in a long time from now, right? However, what you might not know is that the fund is internally taxed, and they are extremely expensive. So expensive that your cost can be higher than 6% in some cases, which at that value eats into your potential returns, and you are left with a glorified savings account, not an education fund. I say be wary, and if you notice this, rather use a low-cost unit trust or ETF for education savings. I've covered education funds and teaching kids about money, specifically in the Money School. Schedule that task to go check it out, and there you have it. This is literally the ultimate account setup you need to achieve your financial freedom and live on your own terms. It's nothing fancy, but that's the point. It's specific. And achieving your goals over time doesn't need a fancy new account every year. It just needs a small amount of attention to set up and commitment to tweak it over time. So once you have your setup, how often should you manage transactions?